What's up, my boiiii?
From that city with juice, ain't no pity or truces. When we dip and gun smoke's conclusive. Don't act clueless, hella foolish in the 90s. And GP shotgun when we ride. Solid on the yard, name hard on these streets. Dim my crimes, gangster rhymes on dope beats. Still fuck laws, ain't no pause in our demeanor. Rest in peace, Muggsy and my road dog creeper. Ways to put it down, no fear of new cases. Years ago, though, it was guns and chases. 714 on my shoulders, kept it active. Roll like soldiers, G-code ain't passive. Still macking ratchet, still packed at the waist. Still stacking racks, still flash when they hate. Now it's podcasts and videos with pretty hoes. Me and George banging orange till the city's known, really though.
OG way. We keep it moving smooth like every day. Every day. They gonna know that homie, we don't play. It's going down for sure, for sure.
Real G's in this industry.
So they gon' know how we do it on these streets for sure. Streets for sure. We make that green, don't you know, loco? We making moves all day, all day, all day, all day.
Grew up in the streets of the LB. We don't love these hoes, what they tell me. Packed up and moved to the OC. Me and George ballin' like Shaq and Kobe. Fuck bitches, get money, living wealthy. Bad bitches screaming, let me get a selfie. Big stop, GP, some real G's. Side dick is the general of an army. XG podcasting in the morning. Don't say F, here's your warning. That other bullshit be boring. With some goofy ass question that's corny. Tommy, let me finish my story. Shooting shots, game 6, rubber orange. Smoking blunts in the bus while I'm touring. Now welcome to George Perez Stories.
OG way. We keep it moving smooth like every day. Every day. They gonna know that homie, we don't play. It's going down for sure, for sure.
Real G's in this industry.
So they gon' know how we do it on these streets for sure. Streets for sure. We make that green, don't you know, loco? We making moves all day, all day, all day, all day.
Welcome to the George Perez Stories.
What's up, my boy? George Perez right here of George Perez Stories, episode 304. George Perez Stories is brought to you by JB's Tree Service Landscape and Installation. That's right, guys. If your lawn looks like Bald Eagle's train right there, they do push-ups and pull-ups. The Gophers, I got doom buggies. Hit up JB's Tree Service Landscape and Installation. They got free estimates. They do tree removal, stump removal, everything to do with landscaping, irrigation. Guys, professionals. All of these workers are Mexicans and they have papers or working visas. So if they raid the house, no one has to leave. Hit up JB's Tree Service Landscape and Installation on Instagram at JMBARRIOS. Tell them George sent you. My cat's already tripping, but we going to keep on rolling. X to the G, would it be?
What's up, dog? I'm feeling
Chilling.
good with my Gucci jacket.
It's a Gucci patch, dog.
Got the Gucci safety
Man,
pin on
like,
it.
you know what it is? It's like your birth certificate. It's just a piece of paper, dog, that don't belong to you.
It's a very punk rock jacket.
All right?
A little bit.
Is that what it reminds me of when I was in like junior high and the kids were wearing that. We were wearing that patch on your favorite band and all that.
Yeah, he doesn't know nothing about that. This
He's
guy right
just
here.
a child.
But speaking of OG, fellas, our next guest right here, we've known each other probably 15, 14, 13 years.
At least. Yeah.
At least. Another Comedy Store paid regular family member, guys. You've known him from fucking, he's been on everything. And he's the homie. It's been so long since I got you on the podcast, but hey, let's fuck this introduction.
Yeah. First
Ladies
of all,
and-
when you told me how close to my house you were, I'm like, let's do it.
Hell yeah. He's like, I'm not driving far for you.
And I'm glad you texted me today because I was like, I don't have nothing to do tonight.
Hell yeah. Jason Collins in the building. What's up?
Hey, how are you? No, you got to do it like,
Oh,
you got to get a
way
little
better than me.
higher octave.
Yep.
Higher octave there.
I'm doing good, man.
Let me hear your Mexican mimicry, like your intro mixtape right now.
That thing. Yeah.
How'd you do it? That.
That's the and then they get a little salsa break in there, and then I'm in.
Hey, you
Doing
notice
two-step.
that's crazy. Like I never thought. Like every culture has their own way of doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That shit made it, dog. It became mainstream.
I know. You're talking about the dancing too, right?
Yeah.
That, dude, you know what's big again, and I'm seeing it all over social media. Is, I don't know if it's ever went away, but I didn't ever see it. But everybody's posting these videos of them cowboy line dancing.
Oh yeah.
But they're dressing to the nines, and it's like it's just silly to me because the girls look amazing doing it, but the guys look goofy as shit doing it.
They're supposed to look goofy to you, dog.
Yeah. You don't even look cool. You got to look cool to get these, but apparently they don't have to.
Yeah, but you know what? Them thick ass, swole, bomb cowboy women are like, love you in that outfit, dog eat dog.
Yep.
If you pull up, because you're like a GQ model. I seen how you dress, dog. You go to the tents when you go out. They would hate you, dog.
I usually wear this.
No, like I'm talking when you got like a big show or something coming up.
Okay, and I'm wearing my shoes that match my shirt and all that shit. Yeah. Yeah, I got that. My wife helped me with that. Before I was with my wife, I just wore jeans, white T-shirt, Carhartt jacket, and remember monkey boots?
Yeah.
The black boots? That's all I would wear.
So, why the Carhartt jacket?
Just,
it's a look, huh?
I liked it. And plus, that was back in 90.
Damn.
Before it was
1992.
cool. Before it was like cool.
No,
Yeah,
it's all hipster.
Carhartt is like white people Dickies.
Yeah, and we would wear and the reason is because my Dickie jacket, because I only wore navy blue and black, but they were thin.
Yeah.
And then the Carhartts were a little thicker, but yeah, that's how I always dress. And then my wife, she's like, you need to put a little color in this.
How old were you when you got married?
When I got married, I was 31. But we've been together 18 and 19. She was 18, I was 19.
Okay. Oh, shit. So baby mama as well.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
And she's from Whittier, where the girls are prettier.
Is that true, George?
I know girls from
I just
Whittier
like
that are shittier.
I just like a good rhyme. So shittier works too.
Yeah. Nah, honestly, the girls in Whittier, they're beautiful women, dog. Very beautiful. Super Chicana culture out there, dog. Mm-hmm. Exactly what
My
I mean.
mother-in-law was in the original all-girl car club called,
shit.
and it was all VW Bugs. It was called the Ladybugs out of Whittier out there. And that
Your
part of-
mother-in-law?
my mother-in-law, my wife's mom.
Okay.
And they had the area that she's in, Whittier, that she was raised in, is actually technically not Whittier. It's one of those L.A. incorporated cities. Mm-hmm. But if you just go around the block, you're in Whittier.
Yeah.
She lived right across from Pioneer High School out there.
So the cops would even pull people over there back then. It was,
Oh yeah, they did.
Okay.
They pulled me over one time because I went to, when we were dating. She's like, "Come over to my house after I get off work," and I'm like, "All right." And I went to her work first so that we were chilling, and then we were driving home. When she was driving home, I was following her, and I had a lowrider Chevy Silverado at the time,
All right.
burgundy, and just beautiful car. And the cops went by and they turned around and they were going to pull me over. So what I did is I flashed my brights at her. And then when they pulled me over, they're like, "Why are you following that girl? Were you harassing her?" I'm like, that's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But at the time, I was still teaching martial arts.
Okay.
And I had a bunch of swords, like swords in my car. And then
What martial arts is that?
Hell
I
yeah.
taught-
Mortal
I taught-
Kombat arts?
Yeah, I taught Chinese Kempo, and then we would do traditional weapon stuff. And then I also
This is white
did the
boy
Brazilian
teaching
Jiu-Jitsu.
Chinese Kempo.
Yep, that's right.
Fuck,
Kept
where'd
it
you
real.
learn that shit?
In China. If you look at my, I have a tattoo that says "Made in China." I'm just kidding, I don't. But yeah, I just learned it when I was. My parents put me in that because I was getting in fights at school.
Okay, so you are like the white boy in fucking Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I guess. I never.
All right. Mexican
Is this
bitches
nuts?
love you. You follow them.
My wife is Mexican. I never got into those movies.
No way.
And isn't there like 30 of them?
About to be the
Yeah.
10th one.
I've seen the first one.
Don't watch the rest because you look like you could have got casted in a player and you're gonna be mad.
It's gonna be one of those things like, what the fuck
Tell
was
me
my
he
phone
don't
call?
look
Where's
like-
my audition?
Tell me this fool don't look like he went to high school with Vin Diesel, dog.
Yeah, he could have played a part.
Hell yeah!
Could I have? Yes. How would I have? Which car would I have driven? The muscle car or the little?
You're American. You
Yeah,
have to get a
muscle-
muscle.
Like
They
the
had all
lowrider muscle car. That would have been
Yeah.
your look. The lowrider muscle car.
There's that new thing that these car guys are doing. It's like a blend. They're called low rods.
Low rods.
And it's like a low ride. It's like if you took a 64 Impala, but then you put like racing tires on the back.
Oh shit!
Instead of like, you remember how the little Lin with the baby Daytons and all that shit. Well, they put these thick racing tires on the back that tuck up underneath it, and those things got power, man.
Yeah, that's a crazy car to be fucking driving like that.
I wish I could still afford that.
Yeah, I got a Monte Carlo right now that I'm working on. And
what
it's,
year?
84.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the G body and fucking. I've said it on my podcast. It's like right now the rebuilding your lowrider car is so backed up.
Yeah,
It's like trying to get into the fucking the cellar.
it's such a trend now too.
Yeah.
It used to be a cultural thing, and now it's really not. And you see these in Japan.
Yeah.
They got all these lowrider clubs. In
But
Japan,
that's
and
cool. We love
It
it.
looks dope.
Yeah.
But it's now so worldwide. Like that's one of the reasons I had a 36 Buick.
Okay.
Had that. I sold that like 4 or 5 years ago. Before my youngest son was born, I had a 63 Impala.
Oh shit.
And of course, I have my 87 Silverado. My next one, though, I really want to get, I want to get an 86 Regal.
Damn,
That's
there's one
what I
across
want.
the street.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it done or is it?
No, it runs. But he has like a cardboard. He has like a cardboard box on the window with plastic and like a plant. So because it's been raining lately.
So it's 10-point restoration, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
My uncle Bob he had a 63 Lincoln.
Ooh.
Beautiful burgundy with the tan top. And then when he passed away, my aunt didn't know anything about cars, and some young kid came along and offered her nothing for it, and she's like, okay.
They're going for like 130 right
know.
now.
And I told her, I would have. She's like, well, if I knew you wanted, I would have just given it to you. I was like, oh. She went through so many Buick Regals. She had the 86s and the 87s, and she's like, I don't know why they just keep stealing it out of my driveway.
Because those, yeah, but like right now, like I was trying to do my car, but it's a 3-year wait just to get a fucking paint job, dog.
At anywhere or at a specific
I'm
place?
talking good spots where it's going to be done right because I want them to strip everything.
What color you want it?
Champagne. Oof. Champagne with like a darker brown pinstripe, and then the interior will be the same as the pinstripe, but leather, a little darker brown.
What year is it again?
84.
84
Monte Carlo.
Ooh, it's got a big motor in it.
Yeah, V8.
Man, remember when they used to put V8s in everything? I remember my first car was a 79 Mustang, but it wasn't like a Mustang 5. It was just like a normal, it was my grandma's car.
Oh, shit.
And then she couldn't drive anymore, and they're like, she gave it to me and my brother. And this little tiny thing had a big-ass V8 in it, and I just started racing it.
Yeah.
These guys with these raced-out cars would come up next to me.
I remember Mustang made a 1995 convertible, like the one in Menace to Society.
Yeah.
I remember that. I heard that shit's fast as fuck.
The 5.0?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always, the only reason, I always think of Vanilla Ice for some reason when I think of that car. Remember his song? Rollin' in my 5.0.
Yeah, I remember it from Menace to Society. You like that movie?
Yes.
You know Kane? Mm-hmm. His daughter strips at the club I work at.
All right. I know where we're going after the podcast.
And she's crazy like Kane.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Guess her name.
What is her name? Menace.
He's a young dog.
What's her name?
Her name is Party. Like, dude, she went
Does
viral.
she spell it right? Or is
Yeah.
it P-A-R-D-Y?
There's an I in there somewhere.
Nice.
No, it's Party.
Is it?
Yeah.
My buddy was in that movie. My good friend of mine was in that movie.
Oh, yeah?
Lawrence Tate is a buddy of mine.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence Tate.
Lawrence Tate, he was the O-Dog or whatever. He married my best friend's baby sister.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I've been friends with him for like 20 years now. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Tupac was supposed to be him, but who did it? Singleton did that movie?
Was it Singleton? Singleton did Boys in the Hood.
Yes. Whoever did Menace to Society, that they were like, nah, Tupac's too wild.
Wow, they fucked up.
But honestly, I think Lorenzo Tate's a better actor than Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac was a good actor.
I know,
and it's because he had so many, at such a young age, life experiences, like real shit. And I think that
you think Pac would have ate him up at Old Dog.
Oh man, I think Renz did an amazing job.
Hell yeah!
But it's like, You don't know.
Yeah, you know what? This is a good segment right now. Like, who do you think would have been better at that character?
It's hard to say because we saw how Renz did it. Renz killed that shit.
Destroyed it.
And it launched a career for him. He was in, Dead Presidents with the white faces, and he did all that stuff. He was Frankie Lyman, remember?
Yeah, he was, dog. Why do fools fall in love?
But yeah, now he's killing it still. He's behind the scenes producing, but he's still acting in that Power series and stuff. But, man, Pac was just so... It's so crazy to say things about a guy because at our age now, we don't picture him any. In other words, he's forever that age that he was. Was it 94?
95.
95, and he was what, 20?
Probably 23.
He's just young, so he's forever that age.
Yeah.
You know who could have played it? I think DMX.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's move on.
If I just go like this.
Yeah.
DMX is crazy.
Ain't no East Coaster going to bark in Compton.
Oh, man.
They're going to blast that motherfucker.
DMX?
What? Yeah.
That's how he would have got. He would have gone into a liquor store, started barking.
Y'all folks want 2 cheeseburgers?
That movie would have been. But yeah, Pac, it's hard to say who would have done it better.
I mean, we're just taking a guess right now. Like, if you're the caster.
Yeah.
If you're casting
when
Menace
was that
to
movie
Society.
out? That's a question. When did that movie come out?
93.
93?
Maybe 92.
And so, man.
The soundtrack was sick as fuck, too.
Yeah. But Pac, I think Pac would have killed it. He would have done his own thing. It's really hard to say
93.
One or the other.
93, dog.
I know. It's really hard to shit. What was I, 22 back then?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right before Tupac died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we're saying, how he would have done in that role. Yeah. He would have killed it. He would have fucked that. You remember Poetic Justice and that shit. He was.
But imagine Tupac doing the scene where they walk into the liquor store and she's like, "I feel bad for your mama."
What you say?
He would have been like, "Dear mama,
what'd you say about my mama?"
Yeah. You know what's crazy is
he was so energetic when he would talk because I could see him.
It was emotion.
He would do it. He would do it completely different than Lawrence. He would be like. He would be very animated. Like, what you say? And
yeah.
But then he would have had an amazing fucking Black Panther speech or some shit.
Yeah. See, but that character, this is the only problem that I feel Lorenzo Tate won, is that character had to be a 15, 16-year-old.
Yeah, he's a baby.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Pac always looked older because of the knowledge.
Yeah, you're like, this is a very wise man.
Yeah.
And he didn't even make it to 30. That's nuts.
Yeah. That's some shit right there.
I always trip out on that too, and I think it's amazing that these guys
he don't look 23 right now.
No, he looks.
That's not even Photoshop.
That's a man who's been through some shit.
Yeah, like you're looking at that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't look like a 23-year-old right now.
He's the only black fool that looks older than he is.
It's bizarre because I'll walk in and I'll hear my son listening to Pac or Biggie, and I'm like, they weren't even born yet when the guys passed away. Because my youngest was born in '95. My oldest was born in '89, so he was, technically an '80s kid.
But still, to comprehend it, to be 5 and listen to Pac or Biggie is not like 15, 13, and older.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it was all a bunch of those kids were like, that was like the next year, the following year is when Selena was killed.
Yeah, but I like you, Jason. You know when Selena was killed. You're the only white guy that's like, man, remember they killed Selena?
Hey, man, I've been to Corpus Christi. I looked at the statue.
No, you've had a lot of spare time in Corpus Christi. A lot of time in the hotel.
So, man, you grew up in Long Beach, though, right?
I grew up in Long Beach. I grew up in Long Beach from age 5-ish, 5, 6-ish.
And then what high school did you go to?
I went to Milliken High School, Long Beach, Milliken, and then I ended up at Wilson when Long Beach didn't want me around. When Milliken didn't want me around anymore.
Wasn't Wilson the integrated, like the one that comes on Freedom Riders and shit?
Yeah.
No, for real, dog.
That's where it took place there. It actually
took place there. Fuck, I don't care if you guys get mad, but Jason has seen like every race of people. When you're in Long Beach, you get Cambodian, Samoan.
Let me tell you about Cambodia. A lot of people don't know this, but Long Beach has the largest Cambodian population outside of Cambodia.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like
there's they it's called Little Cambodia. When I was growing up, they didn't call it anything. It was just part of they're like, that's where they live.
Yeah.
But now it's Little Cambodia, and
they got the community now.
And now that you meet some of these kids that are just so Americanized, when when I was growing up, the Cambodian kids, they had it rough, man. They were getting picked on. They were dirty. We had a bridge that went across one building to the other at Milliken High School. And one time during a passing period, this fucking Cambodian kid fell off the bridge onto the grass, but he made it because he landed on the grass.
Because he's Cambodian.
But bro, the next day somebody put up a sign that said "Watch for falling Cambodians."
Damn. That's crazy. Matt's we would have never fall off that bridge, dog. We would have jumped. We would have landed easy.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Orange County.
Orange. My dad used to work in Orange.
Oh yeah? Where?
You know where all those business parks are? There was an electronics component company that he was running over there. I used to go to the
It's either off Collins, Chapman, Tustin.
Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's what the street I lived off of.
Yep, I was in Orange County a lot growing up because we went to the Rams games.
Yeah, it
my
was
dad
right
had
by. I used to live off Orangewood, right there in Chapman.
Yep. A lot of people don't know that.
Not
the
Orangewood.
L.A. Rams played in Orange County.
Yeah,
they were
sucked.
Anaheim Rams. I went to so many. I grew up going. That's why I'm still a diehard Rams fan. My father was a Rams fan, and I grew up going to all those games.
Okay.
My dad got 2 season passes every year, so he would always rotate me and my brother.
It was affordable back then, dog.
Oh man! And I was at the game when after they had traded Dickerson to the Colts because they offered him more money, and the Rams fans were calling him a sellout. And they played the Colts, and Dickerson came out of the tunnel in his Colts uniform, and all these Rams fans started throwing fake money at him.
Damn.
I was at that game. I was just excited to see him, and I'm like leaning out to shake his hand, and all of a sudden this Monopoly money comes flying over my. What the hell is that? And my dad had explained to me, "Oh, they're mad because they."
You're like, he's a stripper.
He had to supplement his income, and the only way was to just strip. So.
Hey Xavier, I don't know if you know this, dog, but Eric Dickerson is one of the best running backs as far as skill, dedication.
Yeah.
He ran like a deer.
It was crazy.
And
he doesn't care. Look at him.
No, he thinks football should be soccer.
Are you a soccer fan?
Yeah.
You just like watching mayhem. That's mayhem to me.
No,
you just sit there and the ball's just going everywhere and everybody's running in all directions. See, football is very easy for me because I'm not a very smart guy. You got 4 downs and then every down it stops and then you reset. But this fucking soccer, they're just kicking the ball and running around and they're scoring nothing.
But I've learned a couple things. I lived with him here for like 6 months. Is he up there with Bo Jackson? Because you guys talk about Bo Jackson being like
Bo knows.
Huh?
Who?
Bo Jackson.
He's asking if Dickerson's up there
No
with Bo
one's
Jackson.
up with Bo
Okay,
Jackson.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You guys talk about Bo Jackson like that, and you just
before
Dickerson-
he was it his hip, right?
Yeah.
He busted. Before he busted his hip, he was playing professional football and professional baseball.
But I'll tell you this: Eric Dickerson has more rushing yards than him.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole different style of running. Eric Dickerson was power, finesse, and grace.
High scores too. That's another thing with the soccer and the football. Like the highest scoring soccer player. He's scored 6 points in his amazing career.
Like soccer to me is like going to a party and like say you're going to an orgy and like all day you try, but you only hook up with 2 girls,
dude. And it's just all day trying too.
Yeah.
The ball's flying everywhere, and I can't tell what position is what. The only position that I got a handle on is goalie. Yeah. Like I know that guy's job. He keeps it from going in the net. But then everybody else is kicking it in their headbutt.
And they hate that motherfucker if it goes in. You're like, dog.
Yeah.
This motherfucker just kicked it.
You have one job.
Yeah, like this fool kicked it at 60 miles an hour, dog, 50 yards out.
That's fucking. A buddy of mine who played soccer all of his life, they ended up walk-on. He ended up walk-on place kicker for Baylor University. He never played football a day in his life, but he can kick the shit out of that ball.
No, for real.
So they're like, you're the kicker.
Most kickers played soccer at least at one point in their life.
My high school kicker at Orange High, Micah Knorr. Mm-hmm. So Micah Knorr, OG right there. He played. He got a full ride to Utah, and then he kicked for Denver and Dallas.
What was his name?
Excuse me, Micah Knorr.
Okay. I remember when I was a kid, most of the kickers were Latinos. Remember the Zendejas brothers? We had a Zendejas on the Rams, and they have a restaurant out there in Covina.
San Dimas.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, even like the kicker after that, Jerry Arguello. The kickers from my team. Jerry Arguello, he got a ride to Utah.
Damn.
And then he was a professional kicker too. Soccer players.
Yep. Or football. Football. We're the only ones that call it soccer.
Did you play any high school sports?
I played a little bit of football, and then I ran track. I was too small to play football. And
In Long Beach, you guys had like a hard division. You guys played Paulie in them,
oh,
right?
man, and Paulie just ran over everybody.
Samoans everywhere.
Everybody, just all these Pacific Islander dudes, just oomphas out there on the field, just stepping on motherfuckers. Yeah, it was safer for me to run track, and then I just didn't make the grade. So my big sport growing up, I played Pop Warner football, I did all that, but getting into martial arts at 12 years old, that's just school
Changed it
sports.
up.
Yeah, school sports was whatever, and the reason I liked it was because it's just you. You don't have to depend on about 6 other dudes to not fuck up. It's just you and another dude in the ring fighting.
So you're not a team player.
I'm not a team player. And I tell people that, too, when it comes to my other business, stand-up. I'm like, hey, quit acting like this is a team sport.
Yeah.
This is not a team sport.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But what do I know?
Right?
What do I know? Just some white guy from Long Beach.
You never did wrestling?
Yeah, I did wrestling.
Okay, you did wrestling?
My youngest son was on the wrestling team at Wilson High School, yeah. And he still does MMA and jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. I just watch from afar now because my legs barely get me out of
He's
bed.
like, I can't walk into the studio.
How am I supposed to grapple if I can't even walk into the room?
You're like, they just FaceTime me and I watch from the car.
Yep. My son's into it. My oldest son was really into martial arts when he was younger, but now he's into making money. So, because I had that business. I did martial arts as a business. I opened my first school in 92.
Okay, so you were like fucking Cobra Kai.
Yo, I had by the end of it, I had 7 schools, and it's just
damn.
It was great. It wasn't my dream; it was my dad's dream. So I kept it going after he had passed away. But I'm like,
what's your dad's last name? Cress?
Collings. What'd you say?
Cress.
What's that?
That's the guy from Karate Kid.
Cress.
Yeah.
Which one? The
old,
Cleese.
Yeah, the Marine fool, the one.
John
that
Cleese.
Yeah.
John Kreese.
Yeah.
Is your dad Cress? There is no giving up in this dojo.
Did you just sell it? Did you just? How do you get rid of 7 schools?
I sold it.
You sold it?
Yeah.
You sold the whole business?
I had black belts that I train up under me, and they wanted to be martial arts instructors. And I'm like, you guys want this more than I do. I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I sold it. So I was able to put some money in my pocket and do stand-up full time.
No, it's an investment, X. It's like if you sell all the equipment, you sell all the referrals, all the customers are there.
Here's what sucks about it, though. You're married to it. And you can't trust anybody to run your business the way you want to run it. That's another reason why I like that this is, because everything's up to me in this business. So one of the setbacks with it was I never got to travel. Before I did stand-up comedy, I'd been on an airplane 3 times in my life.
Yeah, I've been to Whittier.
That's it. That's it. I was in Whittier, and that's it. So funny. I was at a show one time, and I was talking about traveling. I go, anybody here traveling? And this guy puts his hand up. I go, oh, where'd you go? He said, Pomona. I'm like, I don't think you know what traveling is, homie.
He's like, yeah, I'm a house arrest player. This shit is far.
So now I've been everywhere because of stand-up. So
yeah, I was thinking about somehow like, hey, do you think so say I have a kid with this chick, right? But like I work so much, I don't get to see my kid physically, but like we Zoom and FaceTime each other 3 hours a day. Like, do you think that'll count towards credit when you go to child support court?
Yeah.
That's
the future. We're in the future now.
Yeah.
The future is the present now. Like I wish, or my mom and dad wished, they probably wished that they had that kind of stuff back in the day, because I didn't really get to really know my dad till I was like 8.
You got till the answer machine came out.
Well, because my father was a musician. He had a hit single in 1970.
Oh, yeah? What was it?
He had a song called Friends, and the band was called Feather, and then my uncle ended up becoming the bass player for Loggins and Messina, and then my other, there was this band, and they signed and they were touring, and my pops was gone all the time on tour. And I remember the first time I went on a long tour, I went overseas for 6 weeks. And I called my mom. I was like, man, this is crazy being away from home for 6 weeks. And I said, how long? What was the longest Dad was away? And she goes, oh, he was gone for 3 months one time. And I go, oh, really? When? And she goes, the day after you were born.
Yeah, so he was one of that money.
Yeah, but he would have to come. When he would come back, he would have to like get to know us again and like reintroduce himself. And I remember I had kids young, and my father, when I found out I was having my second son, my father said, don't miss anything. Don't miss any of that shit. He goes, I wasn't there for your first steps. I wasn't there for your first word. All that. And I was like, damn, and that really stuck with me. So that's one of the reasons I opened the school, because I needed to have an income, because I was signed to a record label.
Yeah,
I was producing hip hop
for
music.
A dad.
I was producing hip hop music back in the day, and I was making no money. And so I did that, and I think I waited till my sons were like 11 and 16 when I started doing stand up, and it still fucked them up a little bit. I got in a fight with my youngest not too long ago, and he said, "You were gone all the time when I was a kid." I was like, "I was," and you don't really think
you're like, "I was at the comedy store,
right.
fool. I came home."
And I tell people, it takes you have to at some level be a bit of a narcissist to do what we do. Because at the time, I'm thinking, I'm the best dad in the world because I'm going to do this tonight, tell these jokes, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to get up and take them to school in the morning.
That ain't enough.
That is not enough.
What? That's not enough?
No.
Nah, like
That sounds great. Like, you just put them to bed, go to the comedy store real quick, you know, wake up in the morning, hey,
Exactly.
wake up, let's go.
Sounded-
a little hungover, but you know, they made it home.
That's my point. It sounded great to me, but it ain't to them, you know.
Nah, man. Hey, my kids, they got pissed off at me when I got locked up because they were in high school. Remember, I did 3 years.
Oh, wow. So you missed some
Then like,
key moments.
I remember coming back home and they're like, "Motherfucker, we don't have to listen to you." I said, "You know what? Yeah, you don't have to listen to me, but I'm still your dad, eh? So you're gonna get cut slack a little." And then like they let me in
Little by little.
and then like recently, my kids were just like, "So yo, fool, you were locked up for 3 years," and they're like, "If you buy us a car, we'll take 2 years off." And I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to play your game, man."
Yeah.
And like I remember the other day, they were like, "You still got 8 months."
The car needs a new stereo system.
Yeah, and I was just like,
Dude. That reminds me, I was watching the documentary. You see the documentary about Rick James yet?
yeah, that's on Showtime.
That shit is so dope. The whole thing where he met his kids, but then immediately was trying to be the hard-nosed dad. And
Yeah.
they're like, wait a minute, the fuck is this, you know?
But how much money and shit did he remember? They're in their warehouse with all his shit.
Yeah, when the daughter had all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, there he is right there.
Yeah. I love Rick James. I'm a big fan of Rick James.
Oh, he was the shit.
You know, Rick James, man, you like, I don't even know how to be like, I think about it sometimes. I think about it because you know how our minds are. So Rick James is what, in the 70s?
70s and 80s.
80s.
Yeah,
And-
he was big in the 80s when Street Sounds came out.
But like
Super Freak
what
and
I'm
all
trying
that.
to say is like, this motherfucker is one of the reasons that Mexicans, blacks, and whites really kicked it together.
Yeah, the songs.
Yeah, they were like so good.
Oh,
Motherfuckers
man.
are like, "Yo, this shit is hard. Let's just dance tonight."
I was at my mother-in-law's yesterday because I had to help take her to the grocery store and stuff, and we sat down and watched it. And man, she was like, yeah, "This was my shit back in the day." I was like, "Yeah."
And you know,
First record I ever bought with my own money was a 45 of Super Freak.
oh shit,
The first one I ever bought myself.
yeah, I have the 24 right there, or the 12.
Damn.
40. I'm fucking high.
It's okay.
Yeah, I am high as fuck. I keep tripping on my cat. He turned her back on us.
Oh, she's mad. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl. The boy, my cat's name is Rick James.
Your cat.
Yeah.
No shit. What a
Dude, he acts.
psychic.
Hey, doesn't he act like Rick James?
Oh, he's an asshole.
he
He's
walks
not
in.
an asshole. He
I'm
just
Rick James.
fucking
Like,
like lives his life. He never hit you, fool.
No, but like he's got his like, little swag to himself.
Yeah, like, dude, like when he was old enough, he would break every screen I had. He's like, "I'm going outside. Fuck the bullshit."
Where is this cat?
He's outside.
Oh, he's out there.
Like, he
running
just
shit.
comes by in the daytime. He's like, "Hey, feed me." And I feed him shit. He's like, "I am out."
I'll be back. I got some shit to do.
Yeah. Like, hey, dog, like, I used to come home and there'd be videos of him and other cats, right? Outside, like throwing a kickback in the driveway.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Like, I'd be like, "Who the fuck are these cats?" And Rick James would be like, "He cool, fool. Just kick it over
He's
there."
my cat. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And my daughter would be like, "Hey, Dad, you know what Rick James says to other cats?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I'm Rick James, meow, meow." Oh, I miss that fool, dog.
Is he not around anymore?
He's around, but like he'll
just-
come just to eat.
Oh, he's got his own life now.
Yeah.
He grew up.
No, because on this block, it's like some gangster cats.
Oh, shit.
And my original cat used to be the leader of it. His name was Richard, after Richard Pryor. And this motherfucker was like Samoan. He was like Warren Sapp.
ass cat.
He was big, but he was like agile. Like he was smooth.
Damn. I had a cat like that named Bud. He was this big ass cat, but then I had to get him fixed. Oh. And my mom would call him Bud Light. After we got him fixed, my mom said, "Yeah, he's just Bud Light now."
That's funny as fuck. Yeah, I didn't fix that cat.
You got no dogs? You're not a dog guy?
I used to have a dog named Killer, but
Is he locked up?
He got locked up twice.
Damn. What kind of dog was it?
Poodle. Hey, dog.
A standard poodle or a miniature poodle?
A standard poodle.
So he was a big poodle.
No, a miniature poodle.
Oh, little guy.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cute.
Hey, how hard was Killer, dog?
Fool did more coke than anyone here.
You got to watch that. My dogs, I have 2 French
You
bulldogs.
gotta watch that.
Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you. I have 2 dogs, Bugsy Badass and Bella Versace. Those are my dogs.
Oh,
and
shit, they got
Badass
2
is,
names? They're like strippers?
Oh yeah, Badass is spelled with 2 S's that are dollar signs.
Okay.
But he's chill. This dog that I have, I just rescued her in August. She's 7. I got like a 7-year-old dog that was there about to
you
kill
like
her.
girls with problems.
Bro, I told it on stage, I'm like, would you just, because 7 years old in people years, that's 49. Damn. And I go, would you let a 49-year-old death row inmate just move into your house? That's what I fucking did. But she got high twice. She got my son's weed, and I thought she was having a seizure. I thought something was wrong with her. I thought she was having a
This
stroke.
old ass dog's dying.
Yes, I'm like, what the fuck? I got a lemon. But then, because I was gone, I was out having lunch, and so I got back, and she's just like looking up at the ceiling, and then I would walk up to her, and she'd even know I was there. I would pet her, and she would jump like, what the fuck? So I took her in, and but then she did it again 2 days ago. But this time I knew what it was, and I was like, you're just gonna have to be high all night.
Yeah, maybe
I'll
she
talk to you
likes
tomorrow.
it.
Maybe, because I know my Bugsy dog, my son would blow weed in his face.
Yeah,
and he was
You're not supposed to do that because it goes to the brain.
Because he wanted him out of the room.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I do my cat. But like, so now they have like CBD for dogs and shit. And I used to give Killer that shit, and he'd be like, "Thank you."
My brother gives his dog that because she has like crazy anxiety.
I give it to Xavier sometimes when I just want him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, does it work?
I just put CBD,
Just put some CBD in the leftovers.
fucking DMT, DVD juice.
You just get leftovers.
Oh yeah, I was a leftover king when I lived there.
Oh yeah,
If
leftovers.
George didn't eat that shit in like a day or 2, I was mine.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long did you live here?
All of COVID.
What if he said too long? I'd be love that.
All of COVID, huh?
No, the only reason he moved out is because my son was like, "Hey, I don't want to be with my lady no more. Let me move back in." And you know, when your son wants to move back in, I was like, I seen an opportunity to finally get rid of X in a cool way.
I met your son at the store the other day. Yeah, nice kid.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice kid.
Better than X.
Yeah.
He is your kid. You should say that.
Are you the same age as his son?
I'm like a year older. Like a year.
You're only a year older than Georgie?
A year or 2, yeah.
Damn, fool. And I fucking I don't treat you like a kid. I feel weird hanging out with you sometimes, though.
That trip. See, that's how I am with this kid, Will Burkhart. He produces my podcast. He's also a great comic. He's on his own tour and everything. But he's 20. He's a year older than my youngest son.
Damn.
And like 2 years younger than my oldest son. But I look at them completely different than I look at this kid because he's not my kid.
Yeah.
He's
You're
a guy.
supposed to look at it like
he's
that.
a guy. But then I think about it. This guy's younger, and I'm hanging. This is weird as shit. I don't want people to think I'm fucking this kid.
I mean, George racks up lines for me. I don't think he'd ever rack up a line for his son.
No, just him.
Yeah.
Son, my buddy Brent Moore has this fucking great bit about meeting my son for the first time. He goes, because I've known Brent since he was 18.
Shit.
He's 36 now. And he said, I remember the first time I met Jason's son, he didn't like me. And I was like, the fuck? And he goes, but now as an adult, I realize if my dad just brought home another teenager, says, my friend Brent, we're going to go play, you can't come.
Yeah, no, he's probably like, man, he spent more time with this fool than me.
Yeah. A lot of shit.
But it is what it is. No, like at the strip club, there's a guy like that. He was like 20 years old, and he shows up to the strip club. He goes, yo, I see on the Craigslist, you guys need a door guy. And I could see this fool's ambition. He rode a skateboard, and I was like, yo, you got your social security card, dog? And he's like, nah. I'm like, how far you live? He's like, 20 minutes on my skateboard. So I was just like, I'm going to give you a ride to go get it. And I hired him, and then he told everybody at work at the strip club, he's like, yeah, I'm George's son. And they're like, damn, fool, George has this kid working here. And he was like, dog, no one fucked with me.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and then one time my kids went over there and they were like, hey, I'm George's son. He's like, I'm George's son. They're like, motherfucker, you ain't.
Oh,
and then they were like, hey, Dad, did you have another kid and not tell us?
Who is this?
Yeah.
And he kind of could look like you.
He goes, I didn't know we had
Yeah,
an imposter.
I know.
He could pass as you if you told me like, bro, I had a fucking, and I'd be like, bro, that is your son.
And I'm older than his mom.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Imposter child.
Ain't that some shit, dog? Like, I do meet some fools in life where I'm just like, You know I could fuck your mom, dog, so stop being a dick. Like, I could fuck your mom. Your mom's
Blows my
55.
mind.
I'm 45 player. I'm allowed to.
Yeah. I've met some girls that they come to the shows with their moms, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hello. Can you get a babysitter tonight?
Yeah. Damn, fool. I haven't fucked a mom in a long time.
I haven't fucked in a long time.
No, like,
So
you
you're
fuck
doing
your wife,
better.
she's a
No,
mom.
I don't.
Okay, but when you do, she's your mom.
Yeah.
She's not your mom, but she's
Yeah.
a mom.
Yeah.
Like, I have kids, but I'm not with the moms. So, like, and the girl that
So
I'm
you're-
with doesn't have a kid.
So you're not a motherfucker no more.
No. I'm a homie fucker. But a homegirl fucker.
A homegirl fucker.
Yeah. That's weird. What are you, Xavier?
Single.
Fucking a paisa fucker.
You only fuck. No, you're like a.
What?
Well,
You're
yeah,
a-
dude.
You're a conspiracy girl fucker. You fuck girls.
Do you know how to
that-
do the dancing?
Oh yeah, I know all that shit.
The boot kicking shit.
Yeah, dude. A lot of the chicks that I date, they don't even vaccinate their dogs.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Why do you have to vaccinate your dog?
You have to.
Oh, in order to have a legal dog, the dog be legal, it has to have shots and shit.
Ain't that some shit?
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I knew that, but I'm just fucking like, nah, because when I got Killer, he already had paperwork.
Yes,
I've never had a dog
I
except
had to
Killer.
do all that shit.
So
They
hold
don't
up.
Do that? What do they just find? The dog just shows up at the house and she's like, "You're mine now."
Yeah.
So no. So
Do they love the dog, or is it just
Go ahead.
is it just like an accessory to the house?
It's an accessory.
Your
I know
dog.
people that keep dogs just to have them bark, so people don't fuck with their shit. I dated this girl for 4 or 5 years, this Filipino girl.
She just had a dog.
And I would, every time I would go to her grandmother's house, I would hear this fucking dog barking. The entire 4 years we were together, I never saw this dog. So I finally asked her, I was like, "What the fuck is it? Do they ever?" They're like, "Oh, they just feed it. My grandfather has it just so it'll bark when people come near the house." Damn, get an alarm.
Yeah.
You don't have to feed an alarm.
Yeah, but every time someone walk by, they're like, "Damn, that motherfucker right there."
But it was one of those little yappy dogs. I'm like, this shit.
Now, but back to the dog. Why does the dog need papers? Where does the dog go where people are like, "Yo, hey man, you getting that D for this little motherfucker right here?"
Yeah, right.
Let's stay on this
The
topic.
dog's trying to go to Tijuana for the weekend.
Yeah, like-
Can't call. You got your papers.
That's the worst place a dog wants to go. He's like, "No, man, please, you left me here last time."
I know shit.
Like, what is there clubs for dogs?
No, it's for diseases. They spread diseases. If they don't have their parvo shots, if they don't have their rabies shots and stuff like that, they can get that shit and they can spread it around. Like if a squirrel bit my dog that had rabies, my dog won't get it because she has the rabies shots.
Okay,
Just like us when you
So it's
travel overseas and you have to get the malaria shit and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does your dog have that shit?
It has to. You have to, yeah.
But like, who comes?
Oh,
and
no,
like-
you have to, when you go to Petco to register it, which, I mean, technically you don't have to, you're right.
They find out shit too.
Yeah.
You mean it-
Animal control would show up at my house. We heard that you have an unlicensed dog here. I'm like, how the fuck did you know that? And then my son told me they have drones.
This is
flying over the
crazy
fucking
shit.
house. They have helicopters and drones fly over people's houses, and my son has weed that he's growing in the backyard. And he always, whenever the helicopter comes by, he goes like this. I go, "What are you doing, son?" He goes, "They're checking the weed again." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You can only have 6.
Yeah,
up
6
to
plants.
6." He goes, "I have 6." So he always just waves at him.
No, when I used to live in Lake Elsinore, my parents had like a house, and my dad wanted to build a patio, and he works construction, so he thought, I don't need permits.
Oh,
I
they
got
found
homies.
out.
I got homies. He calls all his
Listen
homies
to
out.
this.
Calls all his homies out. Pays them in beer. Dude, this is like 3/4 done, and they had to go to a halt. They had to go to the city, get permits, and they were doing it right because they all work for unions.
Yeah,
so it
they
was
know how
done
to do
right.
it.
But the thing is, they found out my dad was like, "I'll just do it on the weekends. They won't see it."
And they got his ass.
They got him. My
that
dad,
happened to
my
neighbor.
Yeah, I called my dad.
My neighbor has an unfinished brick wall around his front yard because they found out he was doing that shit no permit.
Yeah.
They're like, "You better not finish. You can leave the rest, but if you finish that
Finish
shit,
that shit. And they did. They said that could stay, but you can't make it any more than that. And they're like, "What the fuck?"
that's some shit."
They're on it, dude. It's their city.
There's
It's
so
it's
many
tax money.
rules.
It's so much. It's money they're losing.
And the rules are insane. Like
It's not
your
tax
wall can only
money.
be certain height. It can only
Yeah.
be like a certain type. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not tax money. It's inspection money. They lose money every time they can't come inspect
Yep.
and do an inspection.
That's why they're always working on the freeway and it doesn't need to be worked on.
Yeah.
Because they get a budget every year, and if they don't spend that budget, they don't get a budget the next year. So they're like, let's make some shit up.
Straight up.
405's got potholes, I guess, and now you got the whole 405 closed all the way through Orange County because they needed to make their next year money.
They don't ever fuck with the 5. Huh? The 5's tore up.
5's done. 5 and the 710. Just Yeah, but I had to take the 710 because I'm off the 91, and like between the 710 and the 605, and I have to take that up to Hollywood every day.
Oh shit!
Let's see how fucked up my tires are gonna get on this drive. Always have a nail in my tire. There's always a fucking nail in my tire.
Yeah,
always a nail.
Damn.
The little sensor in the car that tells you your tire pressure. I was like, why the fuck is it at 26 again? And my wife knew. She's like, there's a nail in the back tire. I was like, well, how the fuck did you know? There's not. You know, man. No, there's not. She goes, come here. And she goes, there's the nail. I'm like, you could have told me that.
All right. Well, speaking of nails, we're going to nail this and come right back, fellas. We'll be back. And we're back like a hood rat in the Cadillac waiting for the zigzag.
I love a good rhyme.
George Press Stories is also brought to you by Gunther's. That's right, guys. Gunther's, located in downtown Santana. They got a store for Broadway. They got a store for Maine. What does Gunther's have? They got Pendletons, Dickies, 501s, Hush Puppies, Imperial, Carhartt, Vans, fucking everything. Look, if you want to dress a certain style, manly, fucking G'd up with good material made in America, check out the homies Gunther's. And if you don't live in Orange County, X,
go to Gunthers.com. We don't have a promo code, but you're still going to look good, though.
All right.
Good energy.
Right?
I told him who he is? He's the member of Major League.
Yes. Just phoning it in.
Yeah. All right. And it's like a crazy play. He's like, ball hit to left field.
Yeah. I love it. Ball 8.
Yeah, I love that fucking Major League, huh?
Love it, dude.
Would you say it's the best comedy as far as structure?
I think it's the best sports comedy.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, best sports. And I liked, what's that one with it? Adam Sandler just redid
Waterboy.
it. He redid that other, dang it. Burt Reynolds was the original.
Benchwarmers?
No, fucking Joey D is in it, Longest Yard.
That Longest Yard, yeah.
It kills Longest Yard.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But Longest Yard is like second or third. It's in top 5.
But that Major League was, it was
it's untouchable, dog.
Well, you know what comes close to it though? The OG Bad News Bears with Walter.
Yeah, dog.
Remember the little racist kid?
Yeah,
little kid said all the words. I loved him.
Hey Xavier, what was your childhood sports movie, dog?
And you're gonna hate me. What's that? The Sandlot, dog. It's a classic, but the Sandlot's a good.
No, I don't hate on that at all.
Yeah.
Sandlot is awesome,
right?
And here's why guys like us would like the Sandlot, because it took place during the years of our childhood.
Yours, player, not mine.
My childhood, which was that was like the 60s, 70s, I think. Yeah. That was a great movie.
What year were you born?
71.
Damn, player.
Yep, 71.
Damn,
I was a baby in the 70s, a kid in the 80s, and then a young man in the 90s.
So in 71, so 85, you were 14.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
84, 85. Yeah.
In Long Beach?
Yeah.
How was Long Beach back in 85, dog?
It was a trip. It sucks. It's nothing like this now.
Yeah.
But it was like gunshots were common. You got to understand, that was right in smack dab of that crack epidemic.
Oh, shit.
Crack epidemic in Long Beach.
Straight up.
And
that's before like NWA, right? Like
NWA's about to come out.
Yeah, it was about to come out, right?
Right before, yeah. And it was a trip because it was part of life. I always think about it too when I think about raising my kids. They had their phones on them. I knew where they were all the time and all that shit. My parents were like, "Go into the world."
Yeah, get shot.
And my dad was like, "Just don't get fucked by an adult. Don't get shot."
For reals, dog. My dad was like that. He goes, "Hey man, don't try to kick with nobody older. They'll try to fuck you, dude."
Yeah, but yeah, it was gunshots were common. I remember I was at Wilson Night School one year because I had to make up some credits. Damn. And they let us out on the break, and it was nighttime, and we're all out there with our chocolate milk or whatever. There's like a girl with a baby in a stroller. This fucking Cadillac comes by, right? It hits 3 wheels and does the sparks out of the back, so everybody kind of looks. Then this fucking dude jumps out, pops up, and just starts
shoots the lady.
Spraying. No, everybody just started spraying. We all hit the dirt. I'm laying on the pregnant lady. The bullets were literally going thoop, 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 thoop on the wall, and the craziest part was. It settled down. The dust settled. Everybody's kind of like, nobody got hit.
Damn.
Nobody.
How many bullets you think got shot at?
Oh, I don't know. You know, thinking
How many
back,
rounds went off?
Yeah.
How many rounds? Thinking back now, I'm like thousands. That's what it felt like at the time. If, you know, when you're in it, it could be just like two, bing, bing, and it's a 22 and it hits you twice. But back then, you're like, why is this going on for so long? It was probably seconds, but at the time, it felt like a just hour. You know?
Hell yeah, it does.
You know, and it's like, but yeah, that was like that kind of shit. And then you go home to my mom, like, Mom, there was a shooting at the school. She's like, God damn it, you're not going there anymore. I'm like, Mom, I gotta go there. But yeah, it was a trip.
You still went there?
Oh yeah, I had to finish.
Right.
I wanted to get my diploma at least, you know, but got that. And then I tried college for a little bit in their music program. And
what grade were you in when you seen your first Crip or Blood?
Gosh, I probably was in like the fifth grade, fifth or fourth grade.
Yeah,
yeah, but you rarely saw Bloods in Long Beach.
Okay,
it was if
Crip.
you saw somebody wearing red, you'd be like, oh shit, don't stand next to that guy. You know what I mean? But because it was, and we would just out of habit, because you didn't want to be fucked with, we would wear blue.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you're walking down the street. And
you didn't want to be like, hey, white boy, you could wear red. Fuck the Angels.
I watched my friend get jacked for it. Remember British Knights?
Yeah.
I watched him get jacked for that.
BKs.
I saw another buddy. We used to go to the Compton Indoor Swap Meet because in the basement it was the audio stuff, like for the cars, the car stereo stuff. And we were down there, and this guy tried jacking my friend. He had, remember starter jackets?
Hell yeah.
He had a starter jacket on, and I was like, man, we can't just fucking look at car stereo.
Hey, you were like Boys in the Hood. I told you not to bring that jacket.
I told you not to bring that football.
Yeah.
My favorite was like, come on, I ain't going to take it.
Oh.
And he catches it. Thanks, cuz. That poor kid was like this the whole walk home.
And you were there with your fucked up shirt. You're like, you got to wear fucked up shirt.
You got to wear shit nobody wants. Yep. I'm wearing just Kmart shit. No, but yeah, it was a trip. It was but you know, Long Beach has its pockets, and it's still like this today, in my opinion. Long Beach is one of those places where there's three different rich neighborhoods. There you got Bixby Knolls, got El Dorado Park Estates, and you got Virginia Country Club, and I'm talking like multi-million-dollar mansions and golf courses and shit. You walk 2-3 blocks in one direction, you're in the fucking hood.
No one's allowed to wear blue or red over there.
You just have to.
It has to be Gucci.
It has to be a vest, and you have to be parking cars. Yeah, that neighborhood's a trip in Long Beach. You know Virginia Country Club area?
Nah, I don't know Long Beach too good.
So remember the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah.
You know the house he lived in?
Yeah.
That's in Long Beach.
Oh shit!
And then remember the old John Hughes movie Weird Science?
Yeah.
Remember the big ass beautiful home they were at the party?
Yeah.
That's it. All that's in Virginia Country Club.
I love fucking what's her name in Kelly LeBrock?
Yeah.
Woo!
Weird Science.
Yeah.
I remember a buddy of mine was telling me the first time he saw her in person, he was like, "Oh, that's the girl from Weird Science."
Yeah. So back to that. So this is 5th grade. Yeah. And then now when you got to high school, those Crips were your friends, right?
Well, here's what happened. My friends, they were my friends in grade school, in elementary school. But then I lost a lot of friends to that because when they got jumped in and that, it wasn't cool to hang out with me.
Oh, shit.
Like I remember seeing my buddy Jerome the first day of school. I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "What's up, cuz?" And
how you dressing in high school? How you dressing in high school? Like what's
how was I? I just
like who are you? You a jock?
He was wearing Guess.
Dude,
right?
Me and my brother, we were. You're a product of your environment, right?
Yeah.
Back then, now like rich people in Beverly Hills want to be gangsters, but like back then, like my brother and I were the only few white guys that were like creasing our Levi's.
Yeah, not for real.
No, that's great.
Tucking them up.
Yeah.
Wearing the Pumas with the fat laces.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the white kids would make fun of us. They're like, "Oh, look at you, man." And they would call you an N lover and like
Wigger.
All that stuff. That kind of came later.
Wigger wasn't around. No one was bold enough to say Wigger. He's an OG. You can't say that shit there.
That can't. You know,
you can't. He's OG. He knew Crips in 5th grade.
I was like, wait, you can't say that. So it was a trip because my brother and I, we grew up on like funk, R&B, hip hop. My father was a bass player in a fucking disco band. You know what I mean? And so we grew up on that music. And so the only time I would ever hear like punk rock or any of that stuff was when my cousin lived with me. I had a cousin who was like 4 years older than me. He was having issues, and my uncles, my dad was really good in disciplining, and he said have him live with my dad. And that's when my brother and I kind of got introduced to like, ska shit.
Yeah.
The Clash and stuff like that. But
The Misfits.
other than that, before that, we were like, trying to find KDAY on the dial. Remember when KDAY
1580.
1580? It was the only
Hell
way.
yeah.
It was literally the only way you could hear
Hip hop.
Hip hop was
I
on
heard
an
Dub C on that shit. I
on
was
an
like,
AM. So
Yeah.
you're listening to it like,
AM, what the
Julio
fuck's that?
G, right? Wasn't it Julio G?
No, it was before that.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that my pops wrote the original jingle for KDAY.
No shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I'm like, because in our industry, it's rare to meet a comic that's LA born and raised in
Yeah.
LA. So people always like, where are you from originally? I'm from here. I was
Yeah.
born in Santa Monica, lived in North Hollywood.
I
till I
always
was
thought you were
5.
from North Carolina.
So, I get that sometimes, but also I get a lot of guys on the East Coast think I'm from New York.
Okay.
They're like, you got an East Coast vibe too. I'm like, why? Because I say it like it is.
Yeah.
I go, that's not an East Coast vibe. That's a 50-year-old man vibe.
Yeah. No, when I first seen you, I thought you were like Ben Affleck's older stunt double.
Wait, Ben's older than me.
I know. You got bad knees, Claire.
I got bad knees and my bags under my eyes
Hey,
are packed.
hey, Ben's fucking J though. Ain't that some? Hey,
It's so funny when you see the pictures. I'm just holding her ass. I'm like, I've been doing that shit. She's older than me.
yeah.
Yeah, J-Lo's older than
J
me.
Lo or Selma Hayek?
Selma. All day. Selma.
All day, huh?
Selma is...
What about you,
I
Xavier?
was just having this conversation. She is end all be all.
Hey, she's
I
so
would
fine.
bronze
Hey,
my dick.
She's so fine. Ken Norton beat her ass, dog. He was like, bitch.
J-Lo's 53.
Yeah.
I'm 52. How old is Selma?
He's like 60.
I like that you're doing it on your phone instead of here.
Yeah, because he's scared to close the window. He doesn't know how to get back in it.
On the job
She's
training.
56.
56. And look at her now.
She looks better.
And she's in that movie with what's his name, the new Magic Mike movie.
Who, Selma?
She's in the new Magic Mike with what's that guy's name that's in those movies? Funny fucking guy. He's been in all kinds of bullshit. The guy, Magic Mike, actor.
I don't really watch male
What's his
strippers,
name?
Jason.
No, he's not. He actually, that's how he got the part of that movie. He actually did it at one point.
Oh, yeah?
But dude, he's
Have you seen the Black Magic Mike trailer?
No, what's it called?
It's fucking pretty funny, dog. YouTube recommended to me. It's
Magic Marcus.
I think it's called Black Chips.
What about Sofia Vergara?
Sophia.
No, you won't take Sophia?
Nah,
She's 50. She's up there.
Okay,
She's up there with
Sophia's
Look.
beautiful, but Selma.
Yes.
Remember the vampire movie that she came out with in George Clooney?
Dusk Till Dawn.
And when she stripped, and all of us were like, "Is that really happening?"
But you don't think it's weird that fucking Quentin Tarantino has a foot fetish and that bitch puts her foot in his mouth?
I don't think it's weird. I think he was like, you know what? I'm in a position where I
That's-
can make this shit happen.
Like, I'm writing this.
It's just work, honey. It's just work. This is not real.
Yeah. Hey, but yeah, dog. It's Wesley Snipes. He's like the house mouse. Like he's like the house mom of the guy strippers.
That's funny.
And yeah, dog.
That's hilarious.
And fucking Tiffany Haddish's son. She makes him go be a stripper. Like she makes him. The
Is it a
preview was
comedy?
fun. Yeah.
Oh,
It was-
good.
Yeah, it was.
Is it like a spoof on
and-
Magic Mike?
And yeah, and Gary Owens in it. You know?
Please tell me he's not a stripper. He's the old stripper. He's like the has-been stripper.
Yeah. Hey, give it up for Gary Owen, dog. Like the black people stole him. They were like, "You with us."
I don't know if they stole him or he just gave himself to them.
Well, I think he grew up around like sports and all, like the culture, and
Yeah.
he married a girl from Oakland. His wife's from Oakland, player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some real shit.
Oakland. Yeah, it's like Burr's wife is from Harlem.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Burr's married to a black woman.
But isn't he from Boston?
He's from Boston.
So it's East Coast vibe, dog.
Yeah.
But where's Gary Owen from? I think he's from the South.
I have no idea. I that guy he missed me. I don't really know his stand up that well.
I got to see him in the early days.
We have mutual close friends.
Yeah.
Like when Russell got married, that's where I met him for the first time was at the wedding.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
And
I don't know him personally, but like he used to do all the rooms when I first started that I couldn't get in.
Oh, like where?
Like fucking
Union?
no.
Remember Comedy
Well,
Union?
you know, yeah. Like I remember seeing him at Mixed Nuts, and then like I got in like a couple months later. It was like
Where's Mixed Nuts at?
Mixed Nuts is like in I think it's like South Central.
Really? Because I remember
Yeah.
the J spot.
You know, Mixed Nuts, dude. Deep Militant's pictures on the wall. It's like the OG old spot. Yeah, mixed nuts.
I think that was right because I didn't start stand up till 06.
You're 6 years old?
06.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is like 03.
You're high.
Yeah. I was like,
You didn't ask me if I was. You asked me right now, are you 6 years old? He's seeing me 6 right now. But yeah, I did the J spot back then, but I wasn't around for mixed nuts.
yeah, and then he used to do Casa Latina.
Where's that?
Casa Latina was a place me and Edwin and Jeff Garcia and Martin Moreno and Felipe Esparza used to do. Dude, I remember Ralphie Macy do, Alonzo Bowden, Joey Diaz. This is like 2003. And then we had Patio. And then, yeah, dude, I used to have all kinds of fucking rooms back then. Because, see, when I started comedy, I didn't know you could go to the store and get developed.
Right. You're like, if I'm going to get stage time, I'm going to get my own stage.
Yeah, so I just...
That's why I started doing that Gaslamp.
Yeah, I opened 4 rooms up a week. And then that's how I met other fools. And I was like, you know what, dog? I'm not tripping if you book me, but here's $50. And fools are like, hey, dog, thanks for that. I'll hit you up, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was at least
Networking.
giving 50 to 100. That's a lot in 2003, dog.
So you started in what?
I started 2002, 2003.
Damn, yeah. See, I was 2006. Summer of 06 is when I started.
I did... I did this place called Club Rio.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
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 Club Rio. Where was I? I was just running around because I BS'd my way into it. Like I never did open mics or anything like that. I just kind of lied and said I was when I went to the Ha one night. I said I was a comedian for 5 years, and I dropped a few names, and they put me on this
motherfucker. He's like, I know they don't look it up.
They don't look shit up.
Because I've known Joe Coy and Russell since before I was a comic. Those guys are like old friends of mine.
Okay.
So I just dropped their names.
You mean Edwin San Juan? Because Joe Coy does all his jokes.
I know, right? just go like this. But so I didn't really, but I would do the Ha. But then there was like, gosh, so
he
many.
Did the old Ha. He don't even know that one, dog.
Oh, the one down the street.
Yeah.
That smelled
No.
wonderful.
I've done it.
No, the old one.
When it was Shaky Town.
No, back before it got remodeled, player.
Okay.
You're talking about did they call it Shaky Town?
The one that had when they had that.
It used to have
Ha
gout.
Factory or the Ha Ha Festival.
No, it had gout.
Yeah, no, this this was the old room was. Terry would get so mad at me because I would always make fun of the club.
Yeah,
because if you remember, if you know the stage that's outside now.
Yeah, that's the old stage.
That's the old stage with the chain on. I go, why does it say "Welcome to Hollywood" written in blood with a chain closing the door? There's nothing welcoming about that. And then one night I said, "Yo, why does the bathroom always look like somebody just got done shaving in the sink?" And I got off stage.
Because Jack did.
You don't have to make fun of the club like that. I'm like, I'm a comic. I'm gonna make fun of everything. And they hated me for a while, but now I'm back. They love me again, so whatever.
That's what's up. Yeah, I don't care for club. I got a couple of clubs that I'm like, I ain't doing this club no more. Fuck these motherfuckers.
Which one?
I won't say them. Like, and like, hey, like, I remember telling the owner, I was like, yo, dog, I have 80 more thousand followers than you.
Yeah.
How, like, there's only 150 seats here. Everything's sold out. What do you mean there's only 130? Like, the whole video, the whole club's like, I told you, let me run the tickets. Like,
shit.
You know, and they're just
Was
like,
this out of town?
Yeah, out of town. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck these little ghetto clubs. I ain't doing these motherfuckers no more.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Jack Jr. is always asking me to do a night, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do a night. But part of me just, I don't like doing those nights because it's a lot of pressure to me. Because not only I'm going to do a spot, but now I got to make sure
there's people there
to do all the promoting, do all this, and it's like, that ain't it. You know what's funny is when people book you and they just book you to do a spot, and then like the night before the show, hey bro, can you do me a favor and put up a video about the show? And I'm like, oh, so now I'm promoting your show. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Nah, fuck it. Everyone does it different, dog. It works sometimes and sometimes it don't.
And the people that do it right, they do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xavier, I try to tell him, like, hey, dog, start a room. Get you. If you want this shit, get it going. Bomb.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Get up.
I'm not quite sure what it's like to bomb, but no. That's why I started doing a room in Long Beach, because I'm like, this is weekly stage time, and like you said, I'm making relationships.
Yeah, you actually get to meet people. Hey, dog, you know when I met this fool? He was like, "Hey, dog, let me go up. I kill at the ice house."
Dude, my brother remembers that story. And when you're brand new, you don't know, hey, man, everybody kills at the ice house. And then when I found out later, I was like, what an asshole. I'm such an asshole. Didn't you tell my brother?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't me that said it to you. It was my brother.
And I was like, "Hey, dog."
Everybody does.
I remember Felipe was next. It was like fucking.
It's a good night.
Yeah, because back then, like, we had cliques, and the clique was. I wasn't like me and Felipe weren't like best friends, but it was like, "Hey, dog, when I need rent money, so you get me in at this club, and I'll get you in." Because Felipe had a Wild Coyote back then.
Oh shit! I did it.
Yeah, but Felipe had it. But Felipe, he was an OG dog. He would make us give him money from what he gave us. He's like, "Look, fool, I'm giving you 100, but I need 50 back, player."
Just give me 50.
No, but he goes, "But you have to sign for it." What? Like the manager kept hearing that he's not paying comics. He would get a budget but not pay for stuff.
Damn.
Fluffy sold on him, dog.
That was at the Frisco
Wild
spot.
Coyote.
No, when my brother. Yeah, I wanted to do that shit, and then you guys ended up putting me up.
Yeah,
I think the following week
we heard. Well, we just had to hear, dog.
Yeah. Damn, I was.
See, but back then there was no internet. There was
nothing. It was.
We didn't care if you had followers.
You had to be funny.
Yeah, straight up.
To be funny. People don't understand that it's so. When I started, it was you get good, and then a booker from a late night show will see you, and that's how you get on TV.
Yeah.
And now it's like, how many followers you want? Dude, agencies are constantly going now, telling people put your shit on TikTok. What matters, dude? Funny is literally the last box checked.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. If you're a girl and you're a fan of mine, and you have any Chinese relationship, I need someone to run my TikTok.
There you go.
Yeah, because, it's a trip. I went viral, and, like, the strippers at work, older ladies that I know, were like, "Oh, I seen you on TikTok." No, and I was like, "I don't have a TikTok." And they're like, "Somebody posted you." Then I fucking went, I activated it, and I was like, "Oh, shit." But, I don't know how to get on TikTok and do this shit they do.
Yeah, I had to learn all of that. I was so like, no, man, I'm not going to do it.
So you lay down with your cats and shit?
No, I don't do that. All I post on TikTok and all I post is stand-up clips. That's it. That's all I post.
You don't show people getting beat up in Long Beach?
No.
Like, look at this fool wearing red.
Get him for a starter jacket. He's got an angel jacket on. But yeah, I just put stand-up clips. That's it.
That'd be funny. Hey, that's a funny segment, X. Let's do that shit. Take white boys in Long Beach with starter jackets and see what happens.
Let them loose in the wild. See, a lot of those rough neighborhoods aren't rough neighborhoods anymore.
Right?
No. I remember this one neighborhood, my wife and I took a wrong turn in Long Beach, and we went down the street, and this big-ass Crip was standing on this front yard just watching us drive by.
He's
and
like,
I
look at
looked
the
over, and he went
po-pos.
like this.
Damn.
And my wife said, "We need to get the fuck off this street." That street now, gay couples walking dogs and strollers. It's like, you want your neighborhood to look nice? Let the gays move in. They're going to fix it.
No, that's why he did it. He was like, "I'm about to shoot myself, homie."
He saw the future. He saw the future.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if I can be here for this shit.
Hey, so, like, where 21st and Locust is, right? Like, like East Side? Is that where it's at? Is that Snoop Dogg's hood?
That's the east side of Long Beach, yes. 21st and Lewis, 21st and Locust, right in that little area.
And they were active in the 90s, right?
Oof, man, yeah. I would have to go down there once in a while because this mechanic that worked on my car, his shop was right there.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, can I stay inside here, please? Because it's one of those little shops that don't have a waiting room.
Yeah. And then the sign
Can I just hang out with you guys behind the counter?
Oh, wow.
But that I got so used to it, and like my best friend lived right down the way from there. I have my PCH and Cherry was one of my best friends. Lived right there.
I know that area.
My other buddy and we're still friends today, like close. He was on 14th and Gaviota, so we were always. Me and my brother were known as the white guys in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
so,
we weren't. They knew by the way you dressed as well.
Yeah,
they're like,
and
fools.
don't think I didn't have the shag in the back.
Hell yeah, he was wearing his like the high school by their sweater. Like, I go to school here, dog.
Yeah. We were breakdancing back then. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, I remember like in 1989 or 1990. It was like my 8th grade summer going into 9th grade when I first started like being, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna be a gangster, dog.
Oh,
like
I thought you were about to say you were gonna breakdance too.
No, like I broke dance before that, 6th grade. After 8th grade, I was just like, you know what, dog? I'm gonna represent my area right here. Like, fuck it. And then I remember being at the main place, dog, and there was like,
main place.
and I looked older back then.
Yeah.
I looked like 16, 17, and I was like
you were
12,
just-
13. And I remember this
You had
old.
the Pendleton all the way up.
No, back then it was fucking like, so back then it was like 2X sweater,
Yeah.
crease in the front, 3 in the back, with some fucking Dickies
See,
and
I
some
was
Cortezes.
back in the days with the black, oversized, no sleeve sweater with a white T-shirt underneath.
No,
Remember
we
those
didn't.
days?
Yeah, but
And you had your nickname on the back in all English letters.
yeah, see, but I wasn't that old. Like my era was
was
that,
old.
and I just remembered all this fucking old ass gangsters from Mad Dog eating the shit out of me.
Oh, and you were like, the fuck?
And I was just like, I walked up to them and they were like this. And I go, hey, you know what time it is, homie? And they were like, I don't know what time it is, dog. Kick rocks, eh? And I was just like, thank God. Like I was just like, I'm fucking out of here,
Walking
dog.
cool, but as fast as
Like
fuck.
I wanted them to know how old I was. And they
Right,
were
right.
like, oh, this little motherfucker.
That- But little did you know, they're like, that little motherfucker can't even tell time.
They're like, look at the clock.
There's a clock on the wall, little homie. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I remember that shit though, dog, because like I ain't gonna lie, like
Were you ready to throw it down if they would?
no, dog, I was ready to get socked up. I was like, to my head, I was like, you know what, dog? Like I'm gonna let these fool hit me, and I'm just gonna hold it. And if they come, I'm gonna strike. But like, in my head, I was only looking at them because I was jocking their outfit. I was like, oh shit, you can wear Levi's crease like that?
Oh, so you
and
you ran
then-
home and changed.
Yeah, like these fools had like back then. Remember, like the eyes out on the cheetah 3-button with that clean ass stripe design. Then they had the white thermal under.
Yep.
And I was just like,
Did you guys do the belt buckle with the initial on it?
Yeah, but it was.
That was 81.
Yeah, we
82,
did it.
83.
I mean, everybody did it. It was like, hey, you put your neighborhood there, or like the girl you were with, her initial.
I remember when my sons were in school, and I would get so mad at them for because
Sagging?
they would sag, but my mindset was like that's what the gangsters do.
Yeah.
And I had to be reminded, like, no, this is what the skateboarders are doing now. I remember one time I embarrassed the shit out of my son. He was walking home from he was still in junior high, and he would walk to my mom's house because it was right by the school, and he was walking with his pants down under his ass, and he had 2 girls with him, and I drove up and parked, and I ran up on him and grabbed his pants and
No.
pull him up. And now looking back, I'm like, what an asshole. That's the style. They were literally
Yeah.
just doing the style because like
we never sag. I don't.
they did that. That was
Yeah.
with the golf hat. Remember the golf hat with the 2 clubs?
Yeah,
back in those. That's
we
what the
didn't-
Crips were wearing.
yeah.
Those old school golf hats.
I remember the Crips wearing that Adidas sweater, the blue one.
Yeah.
They had, remember that shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
See, back when I was a kid, it was 82, 81, 83, 84. They were wearing
Georgetown.
the plain dark blue zip up windbreaker.
Oh,
No-
yeah.
nothing on it. And then underneath it was like you know those old school like golf style shirts that have the stripes going across.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
They had the blue one and then the black and gray one. They were wearing that and the golf hat. And I remember thinking that golf hat was so cool. And I wanted to wear one so bad, but I'm like, they'll just think I'm perpetrating if I wear one. They're cool looking, you know.
That's fucking funny. No, that's
Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like a baseball cap, but it was corduroy, and then it had these 2
it was like it's golf away.
golf club symbol on the
Yeah.
thing, and all
It's
the
pretty
gangsters
hard.
were wearing that shit.
Yeah, I think Rocket wears it in fucking what's that? Colors.
Colors.
Yeah.
Rocket pulled a trigger. You know who that was? Fucking the bunny.
Yeah, that's Damian Wayans.
That was Damon Wayans. A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, that Don Cheeto's in that shit.
Yeah.
He's Rocket.
Yep. And remember the redheaded kid from Children
That's
of the Corn?
Malachi.
He was a cholo.
Yeah.
Remember that one scene? He was like, "Fuck the Crips." We laughed so fucking hard at that scene.
But you got to give him props though. He pulled that cholo off, dog. A little
Yeah.
redheaded cholo. But they were around. Were they in Long Beach?
Oh yeah.
They were around.
They were around. Remember American Me?
Yeah.
Remember JD?
Yeah.
That we had that kind of shit. Those guys.
But he was actually Croatian. The real JD.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's Croatian.
Croatian.
Grew up right here.
Oh no shit.
Artesia.
Yeah,
That's
we had-
that's what I've read. I don't know.
I'll never forget when we went to go see Colors in the movie theater. My mom was like,
what
"Damn,
grade
you-
were they? 8th,
please
9th grade?
Don't go see this shit." We were young, but we were at driving age already.
Yeah.
And my buddy had a 1962 all blue Comet. Mercury Comet.
I know those
And
cars.
we all piled in that car and went to the movies, and we were looking for a parking space. And at one point, we drove up around where the line was, and like half the people in the line ducked down. We're just looking for a parking spot. Yeah.
Hey, Xavier, like when Colors came out, those were real theater shooters. It wasn't a white boy in there shooting people because he had no friends.
They were.
It was like, all right.
We literally got together at my buddy's house, and we were like, bro, we got to really think about what we're wearing to this shit. We can't be wearing the wrong shit.
This one doesn't care what he wears on stage when he's like, no, to watch Colors.
We got to be careful with that shit.
Oh, fuck.
Those were
dog.
good. Those were.
I remember the movie
That's why
theaters.
today, when you see these young kids think the world's falling apart, and shut the fuck up. You know why? You know why it seems like it's crazy to you guys is because everything's at your disposal. Everything's there. Everything is a click away. When we were kids, if some crazy shit happened in another country, we didn't fucking hear about it. It's been going on forever. It's just now it's all accessible to us. You know, my son, I'll never forget. My son said. Because my son was living on Spring and 7th downtown L.A. during the COVID riot shit that was happening there. And they burned the Starbucks down. They threw a scooter through the window and burned the Starbucks down.
Like,
and my son was like, damn, Dad, were the 92 riots this bad?
Oh, my God.
I'm like, yo, that's one Starbucks. My city burned. You went up on Signal Hill in Long
You were
Beach.
an adult, huh? 92?
I was 21. Just turned 21. We jumped in the back of my buddy's S10 pickup, and we took a video camera. We videotaped all this crazy shit.
Where were you when you saw the video of that fool getting like beat up?
He was in Long Beach.
I was in home.
Oh, but you were at home. You
I was
remember
at home,
what?
and
half an hour
and
away.
As soon as I saw it, I clicked my deadbolt. All right, we're gonna stay.
Hey, you're
inside.
about half an hour away, right? 45 minutes, half an hour?
Oh, so you know shit was about to pop off, right?
Yeah.
It was
Watched that
popping
video?
off in my city. It was
Yeah, Long Beach
burning
was
down.
popping off, too.
Yeah, the first hospital that I got my first knee surgery in, done. The DMV where I got my driver's license, ashes. It was crazy.
Damn.
But when you went up on Signal Hill and you looked over L.A., it looked like there was an actual war. It looked like you were in fucking Beirut or some shit. And then my son said, how bad? Was it this bad? I'm like, man, they burned a fucking Starbucks down. And they burned one sushi store in Santa Monica down. That was it.
Fools were it was fucking cracking. And then Sublime has a song about that, dog. What's September something, 1991?
Yep. Sublime was the local band that I
exactly. I was going
when
to
I was
ask.
a kid, they would you give them $100 and they'd play your house party, that kind of shit.
Yeah?
My best friend was their manager.
Oh,
all the way
shit.
through the 40 Ounces to Freedom album.
Oh, fuck
Right
yeah,
there.
right there, dog.
Right
I
there.
love Sublime.
Right there, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Isn't he like some chubby dude?
no, he was the first guy.
Oh,
My buddy
okay.
Carlos. His name's Carlos. He looks black. He's like a black dude, but he's half white, half black.
Okay.
Super skinny guy. He's fucking genius. He's actually Lexani, the wheels, the upscale.
Yeah.
wheel? He does all the marketing for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the one that put together the whole Snoop Dogg thing. Like, if you
shit.
go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Snoop Dogg jacket that's in there,
He made it?
My buddy, and here's how they made it. It was like a last minute thing. They go, we need something for him to wear right now.
He's like, hold on. He's like, take all these starter jackets we took from white people.
He grabbed a regular Dickies jacket, took all the Dickie emblems off of it, and sewed Snoop Dogg's logos on it, and boom.
Wow.
That's the jacket that's in the Hall of Fame. But anyways, yeah, he was their manager. My brother,
He's like, give us some money, dog.
Eric, the bass player for Sublime, his wife was my brother's first girlfriend. Like, it's like a small town type shit.
Yeah. What about Bradley?
Bradley, I didn't get to know that well because when I started being around, he was
I heard he was just drugged out.
Bro, it was
Partying.
bad. That's one of the reasons why my buddy stopped managing them. Because he set up this showcase for it. Remember Club Lingerie in L.A.?
Yeah.
My buddy set up this. They set up this showcase for all the record people to come out and see Sublime and that shit, the fucking good music, right? So they set this show up. Brad gets fucked up, and they ended up doing the whole set of just that speed metal. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't any of the good shit. And he was like, "Damn!" And then he went over to his house once and he saw him shooting up. He's like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
Eric's-
Sublime changed the game, bro. Reggae, punk, and
Sublime,
rock,
yeah.
and like they mixed it fucking bomb.
Yeah, and then you got all those new groups coming out, Dirty Heads and whatever the 211.
Dude, I just went to Cali Vibes this weekend and it was fucking crazy. And I mean, they still wanted Snoop Dogg, but it was people were there for the reggae
Oh yeah, where
Yeah.
was it?
in Long Beach.
It's by the Queen Mary.
Yeah,
right
there. Yeah, right there by the Queen Mary.
Yeah,
Who'd you go with?
So, I'll be real.
Oh, my bad.
you went with Be Real.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. You don't have to brag. Whatever.
He's 30,
I watched it from
he's
a
a young
distance.
30 now.
The last time I watched that thing, I had a boat still. and I took my boat out there and just
See, that's
watched from a
pimp
different-
shit.
That's pimp shit.
That's pimp
Well,
shit.
it wasn't a yacht.
Yeah.
It was a boat.
Still
I
pimp
loved
shit.
it though. It sat like 6 people, but yeah, and I just watched it from the water.
Oh.
Damn, yeah. The bass player Eric, his kids took martial arts from my brother.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They all-
you know my homeboy Dougie that teaches salsa. Doug.
Martinez?
Yeah.
Shut. Not only do I know him,
He said you guys grew up together.
bro.
Like,
He was like, I just got a picture from him,
no
What
way.
up? You know a guy that teaches salsa?
Yeah.
dude. Douglas Martinez.
I used, yeah, I used.
He's also into
what up,
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yes, yes.
You,
Hardcore.
you dance salsa, George? You can
no,
throw one
bro,
too?
my older brother does, and he taught him.
I got Douglas into that.
yeah.
Yes,
What up? You dance salsa?
I used to teach.
He was roommates with my older brother, and I lived at that house for like a
Believe
year.
it or
And
not,
like,
I used to teach that shit.
this fool is cool. Yeah, Doug is cool.
I love. He's still a nurse, right?
Yeah, he's a registered nurse, RN.
That's dope. I have a fuck. It won't come through. But yeah, when I met Douglas, he didn't speak English.
Oh shit!
Yeah, man.
This is a story me and Raymond say.
And that's
Yeah.
his name, Douglas? That's not a fucking
Douglas
Paisa name.
Martinez. Douglas Martinez. He's not. He's El Salvadorian.
El Salvadorian.
Douglas?
He has heart though,
Douglas?
bro.
Yeah,
heart.
He's dope, man. He's
Yeah.
like, he's like, I consider him like. There's a certain group of friends I have that are friends, but then there's guys that are like my
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah, you could tell he'll never do you dirty, and I
Yeah,
don't know him
he-
that long, but
Dude,
from what
he's
I do know,
How did you meet him? How do you know him?
he was roommates with my older brother, and I lived there for a little bit.
What a small world, dude.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
When
yeah,
he
that
moved to
guy's-
Orange, I met him when he met his wife.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, he's one of the good ones, man. He's a good.
And that fool can salsa his ass off.
So good. And I remember when he first started, he sucked. Like
shit.
it's almost like he didn't have a rhythm. It was crazy.
Wow.
Then next thing you know, he's like the best in the fucking world.
He trains hard.
You got to explain to me, when are you teaching karate and then when are you teaching salsa?
Here's how I got into salsa
Kicking
dance.
bitches out.
Yeah, right.
You want to know how I got into salsa?
Yeah, I gotta
dance?
know,
Here's
dog.
how. So there's a Latin artist, Latin jazz artist named Pancho Sanchez. He's a percussionist. He plays the timbales and that stuff. And my dad got me into him when I was under 21, and we would go to concerts to see this guy perform. And then I turned 21, and there was this local club in Long Beach called Moose McGillicuddy's. And they would do
shit.
certain nights with live bands. And my dad was reading the paper. The paper, if you don't want to, it's like this, but it's on paper.
Like I can hold it?
Yes.
And do you read it? Or,
Yes,
or
you read
oh,
it.
okay.
And my dad
Articles.
he goes, hey son, Pancho Sanchez is playing at the club that you guys go to. You want to go watch him? And I never went to a club to watch him. Mind you, at the time, this girl that my brother's dating is one of the top salsa instructors on the West Coast.
Oh, shit.
But he doesn't give a fuck. She's just like, you do
Yeah.
your thing and I'll do my thing. And we ended up teaching her martial arts and never charged her or anything like that. So anyways, I go to the club to watch him, and I'm looking at two of the most beautiful women I've ever seen
Getting down.
and they would only dance with this one dude,
Oh,
and he was
shit.
ugly as fuck. And I finally asked my friend, my brother's girl, I go, why are they only dancing? She's like, because he's the only one that knows how to do it. And I said, I'm coming tomorrow. You're teaching me tomorrow. And then it ended up becoming like, it's like a fucking workout, that shit. And my wife got into it, and we would just go so much. And then I ended up getting pretty decent at it. And I started teaching like little private lessons. And then that company that I was learning from had asked me to become part of their company. And I was like, because I can't get into the shit they wear. They wear some goofy shit.
Goofy shit.
Like I was showing up to the salsa club with like Levi's and Vans on, and I loved it though,
Like
because
Paul
I was the only
Walker.
white. I was only pretty much. I was the only white dude in the room, and I would go up to one of the baddest girls dancers, and I would go, "Can you teach me how?" And I already knew how.
Yeah.
And we would do like 4 or 5 steps, and I'm like, you know what? I think I got it. And it was just like, bow, and I'm like
That's
spinning
some
and
pimp
dipping.
game right
Yeah.
there, dog.
But yeah, that's how I got into it. And I was like, I want to dance with the pretty girls. And then I ended up, then it got real weird and clicky and a bunch of goofy people. There's some dorks in that.
Yeah, it happens.
And then they wear the bullshit with the tie and the fluffy. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Hey, X, we're like, well, I'm Chicano. And you think you're Chicano.
I'm paisa. No, I'm paisa.
And like,
What does that mean? Like you're like old school Mexican?
no, he wasn't born here.
Oh, you
I
were
was
born in
born
Mexico?
here.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
That is so disgusting. What part?
Sonora.
Where is
Yeah.
that?
Where the drugs are made.
It's by Arizona.
You're
Yeah.
looking at like the narcos shit.
Yeah, a little bit of that narco shit.
Oh, you're on the okay.
So like for us, it was like,
And
Like,
you're Chicano, like you were born
yeah,
and raised
like
here.
my
That's
dad's
wife.
born here.
Yeah, my wife's father.
My
was
dad's born here. Like I'm second generation, but still raised with the culture hard, but more like I remember I remember they were like, I would dance corrido style, but I was like salsa, and I was like, fuck that shit. Like, we eat salsa. I'm not going to dance it.
Bro, I was so good at it that people wouldn't believe that I was white. They're like, "Are you Cuban?"
Hey,
no, man, I'm a white guy.
I remember going to watch the L.A. Dream Team.
Oh,
Was there a club called Northern Lights in Long Beach?
There was Jets. There was Infinity.
What are we talking about?
Then there was Grand Central Station. And then there was, I think Northern Lights was one. Did you go see him in Long Beach?
Yeah. And I remember, like, hey, dog, like how you said afterwards.
Ladies and gentlemen. Remember that song?
Hey, dog, fools were blasting you at a freestyle concert. Like, shit happens over there, dog.
Yeah. Oh, bro. We went to, I remember the original Fresh Fest?
No.
Okay, Fresh Fest was this thing in '85. It was this touring. It was a tour of hip hop. It was like the first big hip hop tour.
It was like Run DMC and shit.
The artists on there were Run DMC, Houdini, Nucleus.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they did 2 shows. They did a daytime show and an evening show. And then it came to Long Beach, to the Long Beach Sports Arena. And me and my buddies were like, we need to go. And our parents were all like, you can go, but you're going to the daytime show. And we're like, no, we want to go to the night. We were 13, 12. We're like, we want to go to the nighttime show. And they're like, nope. You can go to the day show or don't go. So we were like, okay, we'll do show. Dude, the next day on the news, they were talking about all these people getting shot at the fucking nighttime show.
Damn. Yeah.
Our parents knew, and I'm like, yep, I will listen from now on. But yeah. OG Fresh Fest. It was fucking dope.
Well, hey, brother, fucking, we barely got to scratch the surface, dog.
I had fun.
Hell, dog,
Did I talk too much?
No, it was great.
I learned what a paisa is.
Yeah. He's like, it sounds
For
delicious.
someone who's lived in LA for a long time, you should know what a paisa is.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know.
I know what a paisa is.
But, hey, brother.
I'm friends with Richard Villa. I'm just kidding.
But, hey, man, thanks for coming through,
Thanks
dog.
for
Hey,
having
dog.
me,
like,
man.
now that I know you're close, dog, we got to fuck around a lot more, man.
I'm down. I love it. I want to come to you, visit you.
Hell yeah, yeah, for sure. Where can everybody listen to your podcast? Go ahead, plug your Instagram, everything.
Instagram, I'm at Jason Collings. That's JasonCollings. You can obviously go to jasoncollings.com. But if you want to watch I have a podcast called The Lion's Den with a comedian named Brent Morin. We're on all the streaming. It's just The Lion's Den with Brent Morin and Jason Collings. You can also check us out on YouTube. I have another podcast with my buddy Raul Reyes. It's called Jaybird and the Squatch. You can catch that YouTube and all the listening places as well.
That's what's up.
And watch out for my special. I just got the first cut. I shot a special in November in Nashville.
Okay.
And we're gonna get to the first edit, so be ready for that to drop.
Hell yeah.
You better come back when it's ready then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, come back to promote. What's today's date, X?
The 20th, February 20th,
Okay,
Monday.
where am I? March 3rd, I will be at the Ocean View Pavilion Theater in Ventura County. March 11th, I'm at the San Bernardino Theater with Willie Barcena. Tickets are on the link. What else is coming up?
Birthday show.
Yeah, birthday show. Ticket link coming very soon. April 6th, Comedy Store main room, 10:30.
Lineup is crazy.
Yes, lineup is insane. Me, Willie Barcena, Jay Lamont, Edwin San Juan.
Love Jay.
Yes, so they don't even know what's about to happen, dog.
Fuck, you have no idea.
Yeah.
This is like true entertainment.
Yes. Hey, guys, don't forget, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go to your grandma's phone, anybody's phone in the house, and just subscribe for me, dog, so the numbers get up. Boom. And merch is almost sold out.
You guys are fucking up. Get it.
Yeah, I'm going to upload it very soon to the website as well, guys. And San Diego, thank you once again. That shit was fucking deep. And, I'll talk to y'all fools. This is George Prest, or what do you want to plug, dog?
Nothing. Hit that like button. Get us to 20K, and I'll see you guys in Washington with Sam Triple and Eddie Bravo. Go to samtriple.com for tickets in Washington.
Yes, Xavier serves a lot of masters, everybody.
You need subtitles the way you were talking.
Right? Thank you, dog.
It's like
quick.
those
It's quick.
at the end of ads when it's
Quick. George.
That's how his jokes are, dog. Yo, this is George Perez, George Perez Stories, episode 304. Take a shower, brown power.
Boom.
Late. What's up, my boy?
From that city with juice, ain't no pity or truce. It's when we dip and gun smoke's conclusive. Don't act clueless, hella foolish in in the 90s and GP shotgun when we ride. Solid on the yard, name hard on these streets. Dim my crimes, gangster rhymes on dope beats. Still fuck laws, ain't no pause in our demeanor. Rest in peace, Muggsy and my road dog creeper. Ways to put it down, no fear of new cases. Years ago, though, it was guns and chases. 714 on my shoulders, kept it active. Roll like soldiers, G-code ain't passive. Still macking ratchets, still packed at the waist. Still stacking racks, still flash when they hate. Now it's podcasts and videos with pretty hoes. Me and George banging orange till the city's known, really though.
OG way. We keep it moving smooth like every day. Every day. They gonna know that homie, we don't play. We don't play. It's going down for sure, for sure.
Real G's in this industry.
So they gonna know how we do it on these streets for sure. Streets for sure. We make that green, don't you know, loco? We making moves all day, all day, all day, all day.
Grew up in the streets of the LB. We don't love these hoes, is what they tell me. Packed up and moved to the OC. Me and George ballin' like Shaq and Kobe. Fuck bitches, get money, living wealthy. Bad bitches screaming, let me get a selfie. Big stop, sheep, some real G's. Side dick is the general of an army. XG podcasting in the morning. Don't say F, here's your warning. That other bullshit be boring. With some goofy ass question that's corny. Tommy, let me finish my story. Shooting shots, game 6, Robert Ory. Smoking blunts in the bus while I'm touring. Now welcome to George Perez Stories.
OG way. We keep it moving smooth like every day. Every day. They gonna know that homie, we don't play. We don't play. It's going down for sure, for sure.
Real G's in this industry.
So they gonna know how we do it on these streets for sure. Streets for sure. We make